Namaste dear students. Today's science bio class we continue chapter 8 reproduction. How do organisms reproduce? Last class we studied about types of asexual reproductions. Today we start a new topic, sexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction by the combination of special reproductive cells called sex cells, which comes from two different parents, a male and a female. These sex cells are called as gametes. So, these are male gametes and female gametes. In sexual reproduction, male gametes fuses with a female gamete to form a new cell called zygote. This zygote then grows and develops into a new organism in due course of time. Today, we start sexual reproduction in flowering plants. The plants in which the sex organs are carried within the flowers and seeds are enclosed in a fruit. These are called as angiosperms. Angiosperms are commonly known as flowering plants. Now, we come to know about different parts of the flower. The main parts of the flower are receptacle. It's a base of a flower to which all the parts of a flower are attached. Next is about sepals, the green leaf-like parts in the outermost circle of the flower. The function of sepal is to protect the flower in the form of bud. Next one is about petals. The colorful part of the flower. The function of petals is to attract insects and protect the reproductive organs which are at the center of the flower. Now, we come to know about male reproductive organ and female reproductive part. The male reproductive part is called as stamen and the female reproductive part of the plant is called as pistil. It is also called as carpels. Stamens are made of two parts, a filament and an anther. The stalk of a stamen is called filament and the solen top of the stamen is called a anther. The anther of a stamen which makes the pollen grains and stores them. Pollen grains appear to be yellow powdery like substance. The pollen grains contains the male gametes of the plant. Next one is about pistil. It is also called as carpels. In the center of the flower there is a flask shaped organ called pistil. A pistil is made up of three parts. The top part of pistil is called stigma, having sticky layer. The middle part of pistil is called style. It is a tube like which connects stigma to the ovary. The solen part at the bottom of the pistil is called ovary. The ovary makes ovules and stores them. Ovule contain a female gamete of the plant. Each ovule contain only one female gamete, that is called as ovum or egg. So, stamens and pistils are the main reproductive organs of a flower. Okay? But in some flowers which contain only one sex organs, either stamens or pistils, these type of flowers are called as unisexual flowers. The flowers of corn, cucumber, papaya, watermelon, etc. are all coming under unisexual flowers. Some flowers contain both the sex organs, stamens as well as pistils. These type of flowers are called as bisexual flowers. The flowers like rose, China rose, hibiscus, mustard, etc. are coming under bisexual flowers. Now, we can study how these stamens and pistils reproduce. Pollen grains are transferred to the female reproductive organ of a plant, that is, the transfer from the anther of a stamen should be carried to the stigma of the pistil. This is called as pollination. Pollination is done by insects like bees and butterflies, birds, wind as well as from water. So, these are the agents of pollination. When the pollen grains from the anther of a flower transfer to the stigma of the same flower, then it is called as self-pollination. When the pollen grains from the anther of a flower of one plant are transferred to the stigma of a flower of another similar plant, then it is called as cross pollination. After the pollen grains falls on the stigma, the next step is called as fertilization. Fertilization occurs when the male gametes present in the pollen grains joins with the female gametes or egg present in ovule. The male gametes of pollen combines with the nucleus of the female gametes egg present in ovule to form a fertilized egg. This fertilized egg is called as zygote. So, the fusion of male and female gametes which results in the formation of zygote is called as fertilization. The fertilized egg or zygote divides several times to form an embryo within the ovule. This ovule gradually converted into a seed and the ovary of a flower develops and becomes a fruit. Some fruits are soft, sweet and juicy like apple, mango, etc. But some fruits are hard, dry like peanuts, almonds, etc. This is the reproduction process of flowers to form an embryo and form seeds. This cycle will repeat. When these seeds get water, air, warmth, it begins to grow. It is said to be germinate. So, the beginning of the growth of a seed is called germination of seeds. This is the flowering plant's reproduction cycle. These will give us number of flowers, variety of flowers and fruits. These are all about reproduction in flowering plants. Okay. Next class we will discuss about sexual reproduction in all the members of animal kingdom. Okay. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you.